Major General Thomas Sharpy. We're gonna from the U.S. Air Force. You're basically the second in command, right, for Puerto Rico, the rescue and recovery mission. I want to talk about what you've seen. You know, obviously the impact of the storm, and basically, you know, tell me how this operation compares to other experiences that you've had with other hurricanes elsewhere.
So first of all, let me tell you how it happened. You know, we knew that the storm hit. I watched it on the news. I had no idea that. I knew that the category of hurricane, but I didn't. The pictures on the TV didn't show it justice. So I found out around 11 o'clock that my services were needed here, and I left about 4 hours later.
Wow. Okay.
And flew all night to get here.
Okay.
About 12 to 13 days ago.
Where are you based?
Deputy Commander of Air Mobility Command at Scott Air Force Base in Illinois.
Oh, in Illinois. Okay.
And so my boss told me that I needed to go, and we left like 4 hours later.
Okay.
Lots of packing. Good to go. And then when I got here, it was dark, and then when I got about an hour of sleep before I came into work, just so I could shower. And when I drove to the convention center, I saw a little bit of the devastation, and my heart sank. The next day, I got to fly around the island. My heart sank further, and then today I just got back from Gumaya and Hamako, and got to see the devastation driving, and my heart sank even further.
Okay.
It's devastating.
So, I mean, is it getting any better, or?
So the roads were clear. You know, people were taking pride in their homes, cleaning them up, removing debris. You know, we opened up the airfields. As soon as the winds died down, we opened up San Juan.
Okay.
We worked with the FAA and the tower to get it so that we could take airplanes in here. And then from there, we went to Roosevelt Roads.
Okay.
And then we opened up 2 more airfields, and we're opening up some seaports as well, so that we can get the throughput of cargo into here as quickly as possible.
Now, you have some impressive numbers here in terms of what you've been bringing in terms of assets. Can you give me maybe an updated figure of what's here already?
So, I won't specify the exact number of cargo because it changes.
Okay.
Let's just say that, you know, since hurricane season started, we've flown over 2,000 sorties in this region, and we've flown probably close to 1,300 just here in Puerto Rico.
Okay. What are you doing exactly?
So we're bringing the supplies, right? It's an island nation. You know, the seaports had some damage and they weren't assessed to be open right away. So we had to fly all of the, over 13,000 people. Probably, I think we've transported about 8,000 here. We've already had some on the island that were already here. All of the equipment and the majority of the supplies until now have moved by airlift.
Okay. Are you bringing more? I mean,
yes,
based on the need that you've seen?
Yeah, we will continue to provide airflow. The challenge is airflow is when you need it, when it's critical, and it's obviously more expensive. You know, a ship can bring a lot more, and it's a lot more affordable. But our government has not spared any expense because they asked us what we needed, and we delivered it by air. And now we're going to try and hopefully bring more and more by sea because the seaports are getting more and more open and they have more capacity.
Have you had the chance to talk to people on your outings? And what are your thoughts?
They're proud.
Yeah.
They're resilient. They're not going to let this get to that. They're together. I mean, I was surprised at how resilient they are. When I went down to Gumaya, when I was driving up the coast, we stopped and saw some isolated homes off the beaten path, and they were an elderly family, and we stopped and we had some food and MRE and water, and we gave that to them, and then immediately they took us across the street to a lady who was bedridden and shared with her some of the goods that we gave to them. So that shows how, they're in this together, and we're in this together. They're fellow American citizens.
How would you compare this experience with other hurricanes
so
that we've had
I would say
recently?
That,
because we look like we've been nuked.
No.
I mean, basically.
In the time that I've been doing this, I've been in the Air Force for over 30 years. I haven't seen us put so much weight of effort, so many assets, so many resources into a humanitarian assistance disaster relief effort like this. You know, I mean, like I said, we've been flying nonstop for over 2 weeks with, you know, all of our Department of Defense assets, and a majority of it has been our Guard and Reserve partners.
Oh, really?
Right. So through the EMACs that the governor had. So we're here to support FEMA, who is supporting the governor.
Okay.
And you know, the challenge has been to coordinate and synchronize what the governor needs, what FEMA needs, and what the Department of Defense needs.
So you've been working with FEMA on the drops, on the air drops?
I've been working with FEMA on getting the all of the logistical efforts to get this stuff here by air.
Because that has been kind of a challenging point as well.
Well, it's very difficult because when you look at the topography of this great island.
Sure.
I mean, you know, it's not flat. And so some of the roads obviously have failed. Some of the bridges were washed away, and so we have some isolated communities. And so we're using air to get to those that we can't get by road. I mean, we've been doing an incredible job working with all the partners here on the island, and include our Department of Defense, Active Duty, Guard Reserve, and our state Guard partners to clear the roads. But there are some where if the bridge washed out, that there isn't a quick fix. So we've been using helicopters, you know, from across Department of Defense, Army, Navy, helicopters, a little bit of Coast Guard, also Customs and Border Patrol.
Oh, really?
Other agencies across, many different agencies who have helicopters here to coordinate to get the relief to those that need it the most, that are isolated or hard to get to regions. And they've been doing, I got to fly with them yesterday, doing an incredible job.
Let me ask you, do you have any idea, or do you care to take a guess as to how long you'll be here and working on recovery?
Well, we're going to be here as long as we're needed. You know, I won't put a timeline on it.
Okay.
You know, when I first got here, my goal was to get life back to normal for Puerto Rico.
Okay.
I don't
However
know
long that
I
takes.
don't know what normal is. Right?
It's not this.
No, well, it's going to be different, right? And so, when I just looked at the devastation that I saw today, I just look at the beautiful countryside and the trees, and electricity, and some of those things, and some of the hard to get places on the coast. I just don't know how it's going to be quick.
Okay. Have you been to Vieques and Culebra, the two island municipalities?
I saw them from afar.
You saw them, okay.
Yeah.
Because they're obviously just as devastated, or even worse, because they got hit twice.
Right. No, I've been meaning to get out there, but my focus has been to try and get here in the convention center, because this is where all of the key agencies are, to synchronize their efforts. I try and get out a little bit just so that I see some of the results that we're doing, and I've seen the fact that we take the supplies, we get them to the armories, and then they take them to the points of distribution within the municipalities. And so far, the two that I've seen have worked.
They're flowing
Incredibly well.
Okay.
They're getting to the people.
Okay.
And the people are very happy, and they're in need. And to me, that's success.
Is there anything that you're seeing that must be done extra right now, or is everything flowing more or less?
I think that we are getting the majority of our assets here. We're still bringing them in. But I will tell you that the coordination, when you have all these different agencies, it can be difficult. There was a lot of learning that went on, and I think that we've worked very well together. You always have some, opportunities to do it better, but I will tell you that there's nobody who's not working hard, and there's nobody who's not working together. And to me, that means success.
Now, can we run through the numbers? You have. We're talking about Air National Guard assets. Have these numbers changed? 398 directly supporting Puerto Rico, 346 at the USVI. Are they more or less the same? Or?
More or less. I mean, they change every day. I mean, those were just the Air Force numbers. When you look at some of the Army and some of the Air National Guard and some of the reserve numbers.
And then in terms of, do you know how many tons of food and medication and generators and all that stuff?
I have that, but it changes every hour.
It does.
Every time an airplane lands, and I don't want to be insignificant, every time an airplane lands, like a C-5, for example, a C-5 can have, 300,000 pounds of cargo.
I see.
And so if I were to quote that, we can get, if you want, we can give you an estimate based on right now.
Yeah.
I just don't want to misquote it.
Okay.
Because
fair enough, but it's important.
No, it's fair. I just want to make sure that I give you the most accurate number that I have. And we can get that, right upstairs in my office.
No problem. Well, I certainly appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
No, it's my pleasure.
Appreciate it. Thank you.